Hello again, guys. It's Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair, and today we're demonstrating a 1970/71 Chevy AM 8-Track. This one is sent in by Larry from East Peoria, Illinois, and we're just running it through a final performance test before we send her out. This unit, the customer has requested the use of his original connectors, which does limit the output power to roughly that of the original radio, but it makes it a lot easier to reinstall, needless to say, if you don't want to disturb your speaker wiring. And then Larry has also requested my master input-output box, which has all of our 4-channel line outputs, a subwoofer output, and the aux input. So we're just going to turn the radio on and run it through its paces and make sure everything's cool before we send her back out. So I've got it set to FM at the moment. So let's just go ahead and turn her on. Helps to apply power to the unit, of course.
For your Medicare and insurance needs.
Alrighty. Now I have reassigned the stereo lamp on this radio. The stereo lamp was designed to light up anytime there was a tape inserted because that was the only stereo source of music back then with this radio. I have reassigned it to where it only lights during an FM stereo broadcast, which gives it a little bit more modern feel without detracting from the original appearance. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the Bluetooth function and make sure that it activates. You should hear a female voice saying ready to pair. We're going to give our volume control 2 turns in the direction of higher volume. So here we go.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
Okay, so the unit is now trying to pair with the Bluetooth device, and of course I don't have one here to pair with, so in 90 seconds she'll come back on saying pairing not completed. So while we're waiting for that, we'll go ahead and run this across the dial and see how many FM stations we pick up.
And online at Border Radio.
Fear of the unknown.
Come on, get in line. I'm pleased to give you the kingdom.
Okay, there's about 10 so far.
Assist you in doing that. The other
Mobile app for same day or next day delivery.
To stop illegal immigration.
Pairing not completed.
Okay, there's a lady saying pairing not completed.
We gave the buyer a list of everything.
Okay, that's about 30 or 31 FM stations. Let's go ahead and flip it over to AM. And if the radio did not have an AM/FM switch, the way we switch bands is to turn the radio off and then right back on within about half a second. So here we go. Off, on. Okay, and now we're hearing the familiar AM noise.
To generate extra monthly income, listen up.
Should be getting one more around the middle of the dial.
What is your response?
Okay, and that's our strong AM station in this area, so pretty typical, about 3 FM stations, or AM stations. Okay, let's switch it back to FM just for fun. Okay, now we're going to test our virtual balance and fader controls, but let's, there we go, a little bit more active station here. To activate, let's bring our output level meters into the picture so we can see the results of our adjustments. Okay, to activate the virtual right or the virtual front rear fader, we're going to give our fader control 2 quick turns, or I'm sorry, our tone control 2 quick turns to the right. So here we go. Well, you know what? Let's get something a little bit more, more active here. There we go. Okay, give the tone control 2 turns to the right to activate the virtual front-rear fader, so here we go.
Fader adjust.
Okay, fader adjust. And now the same control is adjusting our front-rear speaker balance. Front only, rear only, front, rear. Okay, I'm going to center the speakers, take my hand off the control. And 1 beep lets us know the function's timed out, that setting has been saved, and this is once again just the tone control. Okay, now we're going to activate the left-right balance control. Same procedure, except we turn our tone control twice to the left. So here we go.
Balance adjust.
Okay, and now this control is adjusting our left-right balance. Okay, I'm going to center the speakers. Take my hand off the control, and 1 beep lets us know that that setting has been saved. All right, let's test the USB reader real quick. I've got, we don't need these output level meters anymore, I guess. Hi guys. Alrighty, press this button here. Okay, I've got this is just a little USB stick that I have my commercial recorded on. So let's plug this in and make sure it activates and starts playing. The radio will automatically switch over. I'm just going to plug this right into the receptacle. Alrighty, going to unplug our USB stick. The radio comes back by itself. Alrighty, let's go ahead and test the line input real quick. I'm just going to feed a quick test tone into the line, the aux input jacks. Actually, we're testing the aux input. Should hear a tone. Okay, there's one side, and there's the other side. So the tone or the aux input is working. And now, after using the aux input, the radio will take 20 seconds to come back, and that's just because it holds on to that aux signal a little bit longer than it really needs to, just to make sure it's not constantly switching back and forth between songs and during quieter music moments. So we'll just let the radio. It should be about 10. There we go. There's our radio coming back by itself. Okay, last thing to test. Let's go ahead and test the dial light. Dial lights are working. Alrighty, let's plug in an 8-track tape. Temptations. Gonna switch tracks. Notice how bright and clear the 8-track sounds. That's because I've replaced the original preamp with my own special tape head preamp designed to bring out the treble. Okay, now this stereo does have an eject button. It's a second tuner push button. I don't recommend using that eject button because it takes quite a bit of force. It's just a mechanical arm that puts the tape out. And these buttons are so thin and brittle over the years that it's pretty easy to snap these buttons off. So I don't recommend using the eject button. I recommend just grabbing the tape and pulling it out. But I'll go ahead and use the eject button this time just so I can show you that it does work. Okay, and it just pushes that tape out just enough for you to grab it. But there's plenty of exposed tape to grab it anyway without pushing that button. I really don't recommend using that flimsy eject button. Okay, so that completes the testing. Everything's working properly, and I'm ready to get on to the next job. I'm Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair. Needless to say, if you have an 8-track player, either for home or for car use in need of service, you can reach me at 928-533-9666. And you've just witnessed an all bells and whistles type of conversion that I did on this AM radio 8-track player. We've done the added FM, we've added Bluetooth, USB reader, aux input, 4.1 channel line outputs, and we've also increased the clarity of the 8-track with my own special head preamp, which is only available with a conversion job. So my website is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.